Welcome everybody to another video of Ancient Greece Reloaded. Today we will talk about the famous Parthenopaeus, the son of the heroine Atalanta and one of the 7 against Thebes. By the way, if you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so as to stay tuned for upcoming videos. Before we begin, there are actually quite a few ancient sources that mention the story of Parthenopaeus, such as Pausanias, Euripides, Hyginus, Aeschylus, Pseudo-Apollodorus, etc. Consequently, and depending on the source, his parents are: he was the son of Atalanta by either her husband Hippomenes, aka Melanion, or by Meleager, or by god Ares. A less mainstream approach in regards to his parentage is given by Pausanias and Pseudo-Apollodorus, making him a son of King Talaus and Queen Lysimache. In this case, it would make him a close relative of the other members of the 7, and thereby he had a motive for his involvement in the war. That being said, Atalanta, not wishing to be known to no longer being a virgin, decided to abandon Parthenopaeus. Parthenopaeus was thus left upon Mount Parthenius. The son of Atalanta though was rescued by a shepherd before he died, and was cared for and raised by the shepherd and his family. At the same time, the shepherd also rescued Telephus, son of Heracles and Princess Auge, who had also been abandoned at the same time. Telephus and Parthenopaeus would grow up as good friends, and whilst the pair was still young, Parthenopaeus went with Telephus to Tephthania, where he helped him repulse Ida's invasion of the kingdom of Teuthras. By the way, Teuthras had adopted Telephus. Later Parthenopaeus was welcomed as a guest in Adrastus' royal palace. At the same time, Polynices of Thebes was a guest of Adrastus, and an Argive army was raised to aid the son of Oedipus to gain the throne that his brother, Hercules, refused to cede, as had been agreed. The army was led by 7 commanders, and although different sources provide different names, arguably the most famous list names the 7 commanders as Amphiaraus, Kapaneus, Eteocles, Hippomedon, Polynices, Thebes, and of course Parthenopaeus. Parthenopaeus was still young when he went to war, perhaps too young, at least in the eyes of his mentor, Dorceus. Parthenopaeus, although regarded as perhaps overconfident and occasionally conceited, was nevertheless a great fighter, fighting fiercely and vigorously, killing a number of opponents. There were 7 gates at Thebes, and each of the commanders faced one, with a part of the Argive army at their back. Again, different surviving sources tell of Parthenopaeus facing different gates. Eventually, Parthenopaeus led his army against his designated gate. The Theban defenses remained strong though, and the Argive forces could not break through. As the fight for Thebes continued and losses grew amongst the Argive attackers, Atalanta had a dream about the death of Parthenopaeus. Atalanta convinced Artemis to intercede upon her son's behalf, that he may survive or at least die a glorious death. Eventually though, Ares, possibly instigated by Aphrodite, makes Artemis retreat from the battlefield and causes Dryas, a son of Orion, to attack and dissolve the Arcadian contingent. So, instead, Parthenopaeus was granted the skill and strength to go on one final killing spree. Parthenopaeus would kill many Theban soldiers, but eventually he would fall. Some tell of him being killed by Amphithicus, a descendant of the Theban Sparti, others by Periclymenus, a son of Poseidon, or by Dryas, a chieftain from Tanagra who had come to Thebes' aid. Parthenopaeus and the other 7 would later be seen by Aeneas in the underworld. Finally, prior to going to war, Parthenopaeus was said to have married a nymph named Clymene and became father to a son, who was called, depending on the source, Promachus, Clesimenes, or Stratolaus, and was one of the Pygoni. Let us finish with the following saying: each art must use its tool, each body its soul. Aristotle. That being said, remember guys to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, it would help us a lot. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for upcoming videos.